You know, so I didn't want to say so. I'm jumping the gun. Sorry, I'm a little excited now. Now I'm getting now my nerdness
Yeah.
is coming out. But yeah, so what's up, freaks, geeks, gals, and ghouls, and welcome to another episode. Finally, I don't know how long it's been, to another episode of Corpses for Conversation, where we discuss everything about the good, the bad, and the straight up geeky. I am your co-host, Toxic Jake, aka Evil Dead Batman, along with my buddies for life.
I'm back to clown.
Okay, Leatherface.
Good old Richard Zom.
Damn, Zom, I haven't heard you in a good minute, man. Where have you been?
I've been resting in the beautiful isles and cool under earth of the Bahamas in my nice little timeshare coffin of mine.
Basically in the middle of nowhere, huh?
All the time.
So, Cal, Dime, how you guys been up to lately?
Dealing with health issues, but I'm here, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, hopefully you're doing better
Working
with
on
that, man.
Working on it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, me myself, dude, just I've been trying to hit up the theaters lately. I did watch a couple movies in theaters, just trying to catch up with all the new releases we got coming out. And I don't know, maybe we'll cover some of them. I saw Boy Kills World and Abigail, and I would recommend both if you like those genres of film.
I've been screwing up myself, and I was like, I haven't been to a movie theater since Ghostbusters, so I'm like, I've been missing out stuff.
My last film was Godzilla X Kong. I've wanted to see both movies like more than once, but unfortunately it wasn't in the cards for me.
I mean, that kind of stuff happens. And I'm glad you guys brought up movie theaters, so I'll tell the audience real quick, y'all. You're hearing from Zom here for the YouTube people on Corpses for Conversation. The next couple episodes will probably just be the guys here you see with the final guys, the cast and crew. Unfortunately, without me, because my movie theater in my town closed down because the original owner passed away, and I'm an hour in two different directions to go see a movie. And you know what gas prices and all that. And me not driving, it's not going to happen as frequently as I want. So I apologize up front to that.
Well, Sam, don't you have cable?
Yeah, but
He's a cheap ass. He ain't gonna spend that money.
Correct. Number one, that's correct. He's not saying anything incorrect on that. But number two is only certain movies, depending on the studio, will have a early release that you can watch early.
Well, not even early release, but I know some cable companies, they'll have the movies that you can rent on your cable company when they're still in the theater.
Yeah, but it's only some movies. It's not all. Okay. So it would depend.
I do know Ghostbusters is coming out sometime in May. I mean, at least for like streaming or digital, like Amazon where you can buy it. I probably gonna watch it again because I loved it.
You're going to.
Of course, I'm going
yes,
to.
You will.
And it as we speak, actually, the total for that movie is what is it? 195 mil. So
Jeez.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
So that's some expensive ass ghosts.
They were, but they were, complaining about like, oh, they need to make, 200 million to break even. I'm like, dude, whatever. I'm like, they're gonna still make more. So, kind of like the Fast and the Furious, these things are not going away,
Dude, Fast and the Furious, the Ghostbusters edition, the souped up Ecto one.
Okay, so we're not here to talk about Fast and the Furious. Thank God, and I hope that never happens on this podcast or anything. We're gonna do another subgenre within a subgenre and a subgenre. I don't know what you want to call it, but we'll just call it a death match until we find a right title for the topic of discussion. So we're gonna pick two characters from two completely different worlds. It can be off the wall, can be a good matchup. We're gonna do more than one. But today we're gonna start out with episode 1. SoCal had picked this, so I was like, okay, we'll do this. What was it, SoCal? Tell the audience.
All right, so we did put out a poll. We did let some of our listeners go ahead and see what they thought. If you guys want to get a chance to vote thank you guys for voting. If you guys want a chance to vote, follow us on Instagram. Just look up Corpses for Conversation, and you can cast your votes there when we're ready for episode 2. So the vote that won this round is Ghost Rider versus Spawn.
If you didn't hear Zom,
Yes.
So, like, in my initial reaction when the poll won, I was like, okay, But what version are we gonna do?
Oh my god. That.
What, like I had to break it down and get into the whole nitty gritty. I meant to our followers. Once again, we thank you. They might not know the difference. Sometimes,
I was gonna say movie versions, man. Movie versions. Nick Cage,
that indicates that SoCal was like, what? There's more than one. So we're gonna put the OG Al Simmons, aka Hellspawn, against the second version of Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, but he's the most well-known, popular one. So right off the bat, Dime, who do you think would win?
I have to go with Ghost Rider. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but this is my opinion. I would take Ghost Rider over Spawn.
Oh, nice.
What about you, Zom?
So it's going to be a little bit of a back and forth. I'm going to have to piggyback off what Dime said. Initially, just because I know more of the lore between Spawn and him having his fights and battles, and I know a lot of the fights that Ghost Rider's been down. If I were to say strictly on grit and for the act of valor and honor behind it, I would give Ghost Rider a big push. But because I know what I know in the comic lore of things, and that's a nod to TJ. For any of you guys who don't know, prior to every episode, he's like, I cannot believe you guys have not read every book ever made. The encyclopedias, the backstories, you've sat down and talked to the artists, you followed them around, and you don't know anything about knowing anything. Comic book guy, straight up from Simpsons right there.
But Aquaman, you cannot marry a woman without gills. You're from two different worlds. Worst crossover ever.
You're an asshole, you know that?
Oh, I know.
But
Takes
you know
one
what?
to know.
He's not telling lies. And I don't mean that to brag or
of course
insult.
not.
I just like to educate you guys.
Just so YouTube is aware, just so you're aware of it. It starts with an A and it ends with an L. TJ is very like that when it comes to his information.
Yeah, true. Thank you. So I'd probably have to piggyback off of you, Zom, and hands down, I'm not gonna say with ease, but I'm going with Spawn.
I mean, it's a great fight. It's a great fight. Good matchup.
If you think about it, it's kind of it could go either way. It's just a matter of who makes the first mistake.
True. Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Mm-hmm. That is a good point. Dime even came up with some good stuff that I wasn't even thinking about, that me and you both said prior to the recording went, oh, yeah.
We'll discuss that later.
So what about you, SoCal?
Come on, SoCal. You're my guy in hope, man. Come on.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Right off the bat, I'm not as avid a comic book reader as TJ or Zom. When we were thinking about what would be good in a death match, from my knowledge of what I have seen about Spawn and Ghost Rider, I thought, maybe they'll be pretty even. Might swing a little one way, like you said, depends on what's going on with the fight. And to my knowledge, between the two, I was going with Spawn for this one.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, Dime. I'm sorry, Dime.
Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, the guy was a CIA agent. You know what I mean? I figure he's trained to do this kind of stuff.
Even before they both died and became what they are, Johnny Blaze is a stuntman. Al Simmons is a CIA agent. Who do you think is going to win, So,
yeah.
Even in his human form, he's dangerous,
Yeah, he definitely has the...
Sons of Anarchy, NYPD Blue.
What we're going to do is break down the general information for each character, their origins, when they came out, but we're going to also speak about their powers and abilities, actually in the settings and where would they fight, their strengths and their weaknesses. I'm going to start with Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider, actually, with the Johnny Blaze version, I do believe actually came out in August of 1972. Now, a lot of people, and maybe for our audience at home or wherever you're listening to, watching, Johnny Blaze was not the first Ghost Rider. The majority, I guess the mainstream audience, don't even know who Johnny Blaze is anyways.
They were barely being born.
Yeah. No, okay. So the actual first version of Ghost Rider was Carter Slade. He kind of looked like Moon Knight, but he was more of an urban cowboy. So I guess, when they kind of revamped him, they're like, hey,
let's set him on fire. We'll revamp him. Let's just set him on complete effing fire. Turn him into a torch. No pun intended to infringe on the Fantastic Four.
Lucky it's his birthday.
Just started on fire.
Take some influence from Evel Knievel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't seen it since the movie got released. The horrible, bad Nicolas Cage version of Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
And I believe Sam Elliott played Carter Slade. Now I have to go watch that movie just to see how bad
Sam,
it is.
beautiful mustache, Elliott.
I love Sam Elliott, but that was
Man
probably
right
a
there,
shitty role
boy.
for him. He's like, oh fuck it, I'll take the paycheck.
Yep.
You know, so I didn't want to say so. I'm jumping the gun. Sorry, I'm a little excited now. Now I'm getting now my nerdness is coming out. But yeah, so what do you guys know? Let's start with the powers. His strengths, his weaknesses, what? Anybody? Come on. Any takers?
Well, sorry, I know he has supernatural senses, so he could, sense coming. It's almost like that Spidey sense, with him. Johnny Cage has fought demons, supernatural beings, gods, criminals, cyborgs, aliens. He's defeated Thor. He's defeated Doctor Strange. He's defeated Mephisto, for Christ's sake. So, I mean, yeah, he definitely has the power.
Dude, I didn't know Johnny Cage could do all that. you said Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage.
I never knew Johnny Cage was actually a Ghost Rider. Wow.
It sounded. I like how it sounded so
wicked
good too. And then
cool.
right at the end, he's like, Johnny Cage. He's like, ah.
Yeah. No, Johnny Blaze, how he became the Ghost Rider. Now his dad passed away at a young age, so he gets adopted by this. I guess if you want to call it, I don't know, circus of freaks or whatever.
Well, wasn't his stepdad also like a stunt? Yeah, a stunt guy.
Yeah, Crash Simpson. Crash Simpson was his stepdad.
That's another cool name. What's your
I
name?
know, right? So showed him the ropes on how to become a stuntman and everything, but found out he was dying of cancer. So Johnny Blaze was trying to do anything and everything to figure out. He said, "Hey, I don't want to lose another father figure." So he goes and tries to find all these different types of spells to try to figure out. He finds a spell, then he summons Mephisto. Hey, I will kill your. I will cure your dad's.
I'll kill your stepdad. Hey, wait,
I know,
no.
well,
Hold
that's
on.
not
Whoa,
far off.
whoa,
Okay.
whoa.
So yeah, like
Oh, man.
I will cure your dad's cancer, but when I come for you, it's payback. And he's like, okay, yeah, whatever. So the messed up thing
Give me
about
the
it,
contract. Give me the contract. Yeah.
signs
reads
the
the fine
contract.
print? Give
He
me the
signs the contract, and then obviously Crash feels like 100% like he can take on the world and stuff. So what does he do? He'd say, hey, I'm gonna jump a shitload of buses. Ends up dying. He just like Evel Knievel. He ends up dying. And Johnny Blaze is like, you double-crossed me. He goes, no, I said I would cure him. It's not my fault. Your stepdad was an idiot. Thus, that he's the spirit of vengeance now. So, but instead of becoming, let's say, doing the devil's dirty work, he is a force against evil. He doesn't look it, but he is.
So that's what the devil gave him as an option. Like you say, you're gonna have to pay me back one day. So I'm gonna give you these powers, and you have to fight evil.
Correct.
But like the devil wants to fight evil. Should have thought
No,
he would beat
he
evil. You know
went
what I mean?
against. No. He wanted to do his just his evil bidding, but
Yeah,
he
his
kind of
bidding.
went against it.
Oh yeah.
And that's where the saying comes in: a spirit of vengeance can't be destroyed.
Sounds similar to Spawn, though, right?
Yeah,
Amen.
Yeah.
but like
Pretty much the same.
Ghost Rider has so many things in his arsenal.
Oh yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Dime, since your team Ghost Rider, do you have any idea or tell us what some of his powers and abilities are?
Well, of course, his main power is the chains, that are made out of hellfire,
Yeah, the Hellfire chain,
hellfire chain, and the I can't say that word.
the pendant stare,
Yeah. So I mean, basically, he just has those two powers. I mean, doesn't have fighting ability since he's not a CIA agent like Spawn was.
I love the fact that he has the power of every mom anywhere when they're like, you better not be lying to me. I can tell. I can see it in your eyes. And like, oh no!
But the thing is, he has superhuman strength.
Yeah, the super.
Yeah.
This
All
guy,
moms have that too.
yeah. Well, I don't know a mom that can lift 25 tons because that's what he could do, and he could do it with ease. He is, to me, and a lot of the comic geeks that know, I'm gonna say it. I think he's way beyond, more dangerous than a Thanos threat.
I believe so.
Oh.
You're lucky he's on our side. Because if he decided to go back to what he was, no pun intended, but all hell was going to break loose.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, where was he during the Infinity War, man?
I know.
Nick Cage just shows up in there.
Now, if this got like remade into a good movie, who would you picture to play Johnny Blaze?
Norman Reedus, hands down.
Okay.
Is they like Chris Pratt or somebody?
No, Norman Reedus, because it would have to be somebody who doesn't have a big staturous body, because Ghost Rider is more of just like a regular kind of body build dude.
I would probably have to go with, I don't want to say because they're old, but either Keanu Reeves or Johnny Depp.
A lot of people said Keanu Reeves. I don't know about Johnny Depp. That's a good one though.
Yeah.
Just like anybody but Nicolas Cage.
No, actually, maybe this is just because of the motorcycle, but I mean, what about that dude? I don't know the actor's name, but he played Jax in Sons of Anarchy.
Charlie Hunnam.
Hey, you know what? I can see that. Maybe dye his hair.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, no, he had blonde hair anyways, right? Yeah, he
had blonde hair.
I do got a good one because he was a villain and he looked awesome in the leather jacket. Dude, Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be a badass looking Ghost Rider.
Like this, yeah, maybe his dad.
Yeah, maybe his dad.
Still be a cool looking Ghost Rider, dad or not, be awesome.
So it's funny because when I went to go see Ghost Rider, I went to go see it in Burbank, and I remember the AC was turned off or something. So and I was like Megadeth. I was sweating bullets. So
and just watching all that fire wasn't making it any better, huh?
No, it's funny because I went to go tell that one of the dudes in the concession stand, I'm like, dude, it's hot in there. Like, is there any way like you can turn the AC on? And he's like, oh, it's broken. I'm like, but it's hot in there. He's like, well, maybe because Ghost Rider's in there. Good one. It's like, and I look at him, I'm like, you son of a bitch. I was like, why would you say that? It's like the corniest thing you can say. That movie Psycho sticks out in my mind because of the AC broken. Just like now if I get worried, like every time I go to a movie in a theater and AC doesn't work, it just gives me like bad flashbacks of that movie.
you get Hellfire flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not hot flashes.
Yeah.
That was good.
So a lot of the Ghost Rider traits or weapons or whatever didn't actually start with Johnny Blaze. He had the Hellfire Chain Independence there. It was actually done by Danny Ketch, his character. I guess when they revamped the series, they're like, hey, you know what? We like these like abilities. Let's put it back on Johnny Blaze. So because Johnny Blaze was just kind of like, I guess you want to call it very cut and dry. So a lot of the cool stuff came later. No, let me ask you guys this though. Do you guys, any of you know, maybe Dime, what is Ghost Rider's weakness?
Women.
Well, that could be it, yeah.
Damn bar women. No.
Ghost Rider's weakness. I'm not sure what his weakness was.
So his weakness is any weapon that is forged from heaven and hell. Thus, we go to our next combatant. So we go to Hellspawn himself, aka Al Simmons, aka a lot of different spawn names. So this dude was dangerous before he died.
Oh, yeah.
He was a CIA agent. He was like the elite of the elite. Okay,
yeah,
so
full blacked out profile, like couldn't know anything he did.
Yeah, and when he started questioning his boss, his boss had him like, you know what, he's asking too many questions. I'm gonna kill this dude, and that's what he did. He got killed during a mission. Then he goes straight to hell. Then who does he meet, Zom, to make a deal with?
Good old Malbolgia.
All he wanted to do is go back to his fiance his wife. What was her name, man?
Wanda.
There you go. How can I forget that name? Because when he's yelling, going to hell, Wanda.
Yeah, he wanted to go back to be with Wanda and his daughter Cyan.
Yes. No, wait, they didn't have a kid.
They didn't have it. Yeah.
Part of the other side of that, where he came back with like that mad and vengeance. Of course, he was mad. He passed away for how he passed away. But then also part of it, I don't know if it got rejuvenated or it rekindled him being so enraged and so mad. He was upset initially that his best friend, Terry, went and got with Wanda after he passed away. He wasn't happy about that.
That's pretty messed up, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, you got to look at it from the side like, okay, your best friend is looking out for your family and your wife, and who would you want? Some random stranger or some dude who's gonna pick up the mantle and be there and take care of your wife and your soon-to-be kids or whatever you're gonna have, or your family and lineage, whatever. But in that moment, you can be mad.
It was just Wanda. It was just Wanda.
Why I said family or family lineage.
Good one.
Anyways, continue.
Well, no, that's pretty much it. He came back for that reason.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't what he bargained for. Comes back 5 years later, burnt to a crisp. Like
See, that wasn't part of the deal either. That wasn't even part of the deal. He said he wanted to come back.
Okay.
I'll send you back. I didn't say when I'll send you back.
Yeah, dude, it's just like, okay, so for Ghost Rider and Spawn, when you're trying to make a deal with the devil, just think, a good example in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Hey, can we go back now? You may go,
Yeah.
Of course, he'd have to put that there.
I had to, but it's along the same lines.
Gotta read the fine print.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm determined in every episode we do, I have to mention Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, which is now available on Spotify and YouTube.
Excellent.
Well, fine then. I'm going to mention two people it's not even correlated to the comic book, but I'm going to mention just because I'm a Spawn fan, so is TJ. So right here again, big shouts out to Michael Jai White, who played fucking Spawn. And of course, to reference what TJ said about the crispy part, shouts out to the dude who made Violator badass, John Leguizamo, saying, good old Mr. Crispy.
It's funny because when you're like pointing this, I'm like, what are you pointing at? And I was like, oh, I forgot. SoCal can just edit it in. I was like,
it was like when they filmed that video of like all these musical artists doing like a Brady Bunch kind of thing, and they said Jamie Foxx really thought that he was going to be in the middle. He's like going like this and pointing at all the air, and he's down in the corner.
I like the fact that you mentioned Jamie Foxx there, SoCal, because he's actually in talks to pick up the mantle of Spawn moving forward with Blumhouse making the new Spawn movie. If Todd McFarlane would ever allow it to freaking happen.
Let it happen, Todd.
I think I don't know. I guess he's waiting for the right time. But then again, remember the health scare that Jamie Foxx had.
Yeah. Very true. He had the brain aneurysm.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, he survived, but who knows if he can still do it. So, I mean, if he can, but you know what? Michael Jai White is in perfect shape for his age still. Yeah. He can still play that part. And he said he wants to play it again.
Okay, so I've heard two conflicting things. He said he's wanted to play it again, but he's also said that he doesn't want to go through what he went through with the full body prosthetics that he had to go through makeup-wise, because he was literally, that was hell.
It's not going to do that. It's going to be CGI, man. It's going to be CGI.
If they're paying him a buttload of money, yeah, he's going to do it.
So we did this for Johnny Blaze when we were talking about saying, who do you think would be a good Johnny Blaze? What do you think, besides Jamie Foxx, would be, a good Spawn? And I was going to throw this name out there first. Given he's been in some good movies, he has a good physique, is Michael B. Jordan.
I can see that.
With Creed.
That's valid.
I mean,
that's valid.
Yeah, that's valid. Guys, the guy's ripped. Wow. He's young.
You're talking about Al Simmons. I want him to stick to accuracy. And
we're talking Al Simmons, not Al Snow.
Exactly.
That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. I like that.
God damn it! I don't even know how to fucking phrase it. My pick, I'm just gonna put it out there. I would pick Henry Cavill. Or think Henry Cavill, then he just gets signed on to do something else.
Nah, that's all rumored. But, anyways, no. Like I said, I would like to have him still be African American. That's how Todd McFarlane the character. Yeah. So I remember when Al Simmons died or went to heaven or something, they replaced him with a Caucasian male, and the fans didn't like it.
No,
they were they're like, no, that's not our Spawn. So Todd McFarlane wrote Al Simmons back as Spawn. It's just like saying I want to get a new Batman when everyone knows Bruce Wayne is Batman. Al Simmons is Spawn.
Valid.
But yeah, so point being, Al Simmons should play Spawn, at least in the reboot or revamp or whatever
most
you want to call it. But I say Morgan Freeman. No, just kidding.
Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman should play the guy who takes Spawn under his wing. He was like a former Hellspawn himself. Was it Callisto? Cagliostro was his name?
I think it was Callisto. I don't. Yeah. I haven't read it in
I can see Morgan Freeman being like that to him. That'd be cool.
So if I had to pick an Al Simmons, well, I like him, but I think the accent will just kind of throw it off. Is I can't even say his name.
Ezra Miller.
No. What? No. Idris
Did you
Elba.
say Ezra Miller?
Yo, I'm playing with you.
Yeah. I think like he's got the perfect look, but like
yeah,
like,
no, he got the good body
but
build.
the accent, Al Simmons of the accent, unless he can do a really good American one. But other than that, I don't know if there's anybody else that I can picture.
Or how about keep him in the comic book world? Samuel Jackson, man.
Oh, so yeah. That went a little bit of a different way. I was thinking
I
keep
can
it in
see
the
Samuel
keep it in
I'm
Jackson.
the
Spawn, motherfucker.
You almost had it, Dime. Keep it in the Marvel universe. Keep it in the now. Something coming out. What about Jonathan Majors?
Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Wait, I can't picture that dude's face.
Yeah, he was
What
like
was
in
he
the
in?
new. He was in the new
He
Ant-Man.
was Kang.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
Kang.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, like so, Spawn debuted in May 1992 from Itch Comics, founded by Todd McFarlane. I remember I saw it at City Walk, and then like just the critics just slammed this thing, dude. I mean, yeah, okay, the effects don't hold up today, but back then it was like, holy crap, this is really good. And over the years, it just developed a cult following that, which made Spawn even more popular. I mean, look, he was in the not Mortal Kombat 1, but Mortal Kombat 11 as like a downloadable character.
Soul Calibur.
Like, okay, his suit, the actual suit or whatever that he wears, Letha of the 7th House of K, which is a weird name for a body armor suit,
Yeah, I was like, what in the Kwai Kang and Kung Fu sounding?
I thought that was just his skin. It's like a second skin. Like he can't just like take it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like when Tobey Maguire got that black suit Spider-Man. It kind of grows over him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's powered by that
Hell
necroplasm.
symbiote. Yeah.
No. What did you
the hell
repeat
symbiote.
what you just said, Dime?
It's powered by necroplasm, correct?
Yeah, correct. Very damn. You deserve a cookie.
He-
He has power similar to Ghost Rider. The only downfall, he's got like a slow healing factor.
yes.
So, and you could kill him once his necroplasm runs out. He can heal himself, but he really has to concentrate. I mean, if you chop off his head, he's pretty much screwed.
Well, that's why he has the power of teleportation as well.
Yeah, and then he's
That's
got
why-
telepathy. Yeah, telepathy, superhuman strength. He's got like, I don't even know what they're called, but let's call them hell chains too.
Yes.
But
Yeah, exactly.
But still, he always resorts back to his combat training. That's why you've seen with machine guns, handguns, all these weaponries, because he's still he's that's his bread and butter. No matter he still has all those like supernatural like devilish powers. He's still like, you know what? I got an AK-49.
And the suit has a mind of its own. So while he's worrying about tick fighting and shooting guns, the suit itself is sending out chains in his cape.
That's
Extra.
where it comes into play. What you just said, it's almost like Venom and Carnage. The suit has a mind of its own, has those symbiote properties because it forward thinks for him, keeps him alert for dangerous situations. And the one thing I love the most that Todd McFarlane did for Spawn, that's always been my favorite feature of Spawn. He has a cape that would make Dracula blush.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing is just big, bad, bold, beautiful, and badass. That's a lot of B's in a row.
Yeah, I know, right?
Awesome.
Do you guys remember the animated series, right?
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that is like the best
Oh,
animated cartoon stateside ever made. And HBO, bless your heart.
And you
for
know
it.
what? Obviously, that came out before the movie. Keith Davis is
Dude.
he is the voice of Spawn, man. And like Keith Davis is like he's a character actor.
Yeah.
Like I first known him because he played in The Thing, John Carpenter's Thing, but he also played.
Keith Davis.
Sorry, Keith David. Yeah, he played in also They Live. Yeah, They Live with Roddy Piper,
Yeah.
which
Made it
is
work.
And it worked.
that is considered the longest fight scene ever filmed on camera.
One of the best fight scenes in Hollywood ever, too.
And this guy has the
No
perfect
stunt
voice. He has the perfect voice to play
Oh, yeah.
Spawn.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now, it wasn't a kid show.
No.
If you want to watch him in a kid show, he was Goliath in Gargoyles.
Hey,
That's
shout
true.
out.
That is true. I totally forgot
Yes.
about that.
That's the voice,
And
man.
I actually heard he's reprising his role as Goliath in the live action series. Hopefully that comes true. So look, guys, let me ask you guys this question. Now, given the time, the circumstances, maybe the battlefield of where this fight is going to take place, do you give one advantage over to another to any of the characters?
If we could change up the battlefield?
Yeah, like where would one have an advantage over the other, or if they they're equally matched, like wherever they go?
Yeah, because I mean, they would both probably be equally screwed if it were somewhere in the daytime. Ghost Rider only comes out at night, and Spawn is kind of weakened by the sun.
They're like reverse vampires, and they have to get home before dark.
Yeah, I think the only place you can set them in to where it would be an even playing field across the board for them, you would have to put them in what's considered the stop away between heaven and hell. You would literally have to put them in purgatory to where they have no advantage from the bottom or no advantage from the top. They're just literally in that neutral zone.
So are you saying like just kind of like
Planet Earth?
Not heaven, not hell, not earth, just like in like a
paradox realm, which would be considered purgatory. They would have to be in that neutral space, so it'd be technically a fair fight.
So actually, let me ask you guys this: there's only two people that Ghost Rider cannot kill. Anybody guess?
I'm gonna say one's a god.
I have God and the devil.
Well, okay, I guess living, if you want to call that. I'll tell you. So there are two people that he can't kill. One is the Punisher, surprisingly.
Nice.
Because the Punisher, Ghost Rider strikes fear in the people who do wrongdoing.
He has no fear.
Oh.
And he has no fear. and everything he does is justify the actions of someone always getting hurt. Right. And the second, which you guys probably like, oh yeah, okay, is Venom. Because Venom has no sympathy.
Right.
Yeah.
So he doesn't care. That going to the symbiote suit. So those are the two characters he cannot kill.
I thought you were going to go with Daredevil. I thought Daredevil had no fear, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's weird because if he uses that pendant stare, will it really work on Daredevil since he can't see?
No, it won't.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not even looking at you.
What about
just
Deadpool?
reading your aura?
Look at SoCal coming out with the wild card. That was a good one, man.
Yeah,
he's going to have a hell of a time with Daredevil. That is true.
Or even Deadpool. What about Deadpool?
He could kill Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Deadpool don't give a damn if you're good or not. He'd put a bullet in your head real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, he would kill Deadpool. He would kill Wolverine, but Wolverine's, I don't know if he did a lot of dirty things when he was in Alpha Flight prior. So I don't know if he would even attack him. You know what I mean? So does Spawn have just his actual natural abilities and powers, or should we give him a little bit of machinery, like Gatling guns, stuff like that?
I mean, you can give him the advantage of the weapons, but they're going to have no effect against Ghost Rider.
That's true. Yeah, he's bulletproof.
Because Ghost Rider's going to have that same advantage. If you give Spawn his access to his arsenal and his guns and his grenades and bombs and stuff like that, Ghost Rider has the Hellfire. He can adapt that like Gambit and put it in a gun, sword, pipe, chain, whatever, Molotov cocktail, whatever you want. He can do a plethora of things. So that's just going to be an advantage of making the fight a little more gory. There's not going to be no big takeaway from giving them weaponry like that.
And I think, because they basically both have death stares. Now, I don't think, even though I'm picking Spawn to win, I don't think his death stare could hurt Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze.
No.
Because he's done no wrong.
Yeah.
He wasn't a criminal. He didn't do any of that stuff. So, those souls won't come out and attack him. Yeah. Al Simmons, on the other hand, that's a different story. He's done a lot of bad things in his life. If he can get that pendant stare, Ghost Rider, he might incapacitate him just for a few minutes, just to I don't know, get the crushing blow or something. But yeah, one will work over the other, but the other one.
Yeah, he might throw him off momentarily, but in the animated series, and I think even in the comics, like TJ saying, Al Simmons initially felt bad for it, but when he fought back, he goes, "Wait, there's two things here. I was only doing my job, and I went in there having no fear about doing it. I had to do what I needed to do to get back home."
Now that you mention that, would that even work then? I mean,
It would, like you said initially in your explanation, it would work momentarily. It would throw him off momentarily to where he would have to regather himself and go, wait, no, I know I did something bad, but what I did technically was considered bad. I was doing it under the impression of what was being told to me for the right reasons, for the greater good.
Yeah, and fitting right into what you just said, even if it were to throw him off for just a couple seconds, momentary thing, the suit has a mind of its own, and the suit will continue to defend him, even if he's a little, his mind's a little somewhere for a moment.
Yeah, it would probably try to attack Ghost Rider while he's doing the stare. That's valid. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I do think Ghost Rider is a lot faster, quicker. He's got that hell bike, that can go up walls and go through water. Those movies were dog shit, like I said, but the visuals were great.
Oh, dude, the bike going up the building. Oh,
I might have to watch that movie again, man. I just want to see the visual effects now. Thanks a lot.
Watch Spawn again too, because the CGI for the devil looked like shit, but his cape, even though sometimes you can tell it's really fake, it looked great. And then when he uses it to cloak himself,
and then John Leguizamo just freaking dead on, man.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I give him credit, man. Did he had a bunch up, or did they only they put him in that fat suit, but his legs were hanging out? You know what I mean? He's just walking on his knees the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had
that's what they said he had to do. He had to squat, with his knees out.
Yeah, he had I forgot the name of them, but they're, I guess you could say work knee pads, but they're the longer, they almost look like hockey pads that people do when they lay floor or cement work type thing. He had to have those on.
That's uncomfortable as hell.
Yeah,
I've worn those before, and they're not comfortable.
No.
But back to this fight, you guys were saying that Ghost Rider has one weakness, and what was that weakness? He's weak against, you said, holy weapons.
Yeah, from heaven or hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ghost Rider can wield holy weapons. So that would be the deciding factor to me, and that's why I'm saying Spawn would win, because he did have a time where it seemed like he couldn't, go with holy weapons, but at one point in the comic series, from what I've heard, he said that he is beyond heaven and, holy and demonic weapons, and he can wield them without being harmed.
And see, and that's where the discussion gets a little hazy. So even though you have the plethora of knowledge that TJ has, and you, SoCal, you're picking through things, I can see both avenues of that, because in a sense, it could be maybe he has gotten access to a weapon that was not a direct weapon of the heavens, but it may have had blessings put upon it, and a saint may have it. So that way there's a gray area there type thing.
So Dime, how would you, if Ghost Rider 2 win? And you know what? This is just our opinions. Everyone's entitled to their own.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people could say Ghost Rider will win, and a lot of people could say Spawn can win. Now,
I'm glad that you mentioned that, TJ. You guys at home, who do you guys think would win? Leave a
jump
comment down.
Let us know. We want to hear it.
I could see the final kill. You mean
just think, how would it play out, and how would you see it?
Well, Purgatory would definitely be my pick as far as it would have to be somewhere between heaven and hell. So definitely Purgatory somewhere. But it would be a clear fight. It would be a good fight. It would definitely pay-per-view quality fight. Mike Tyson versus some 100-pound, boxer.
Oh my God, he referenced the Jake Paul.
This would be Godzilla versus Kong in comic book form, As far as the final kill, the kill shot, I see Ghost Rider over Spawn shoving some chains around his neck, wrapping the chains around his neck and just do boom, behead Spawn right there with the
off with his head.
That's a good ability. That yeah.
I was wondering, what is it about Purgatory that would give, both of them, make them both neutral, but what would it be to give Spawn a leg up? What would it take?
If the battle took place in a military base armory.
The reason I'm asking that is because I said if Spawn can create, nature, he can create buildings, he could do stuff, why couldn't he just build a pond, even if they're even in Purgatory? Why couldn't he just create a landscape and turn it into something that would give him an advantage?
Because you can't generate anything in Purgatory. It's black, empty space. It's like a void.
I kind of want mine to be a little more on the destructive side. I don't know why, but I picture them fighting on the Golden Gate Bridge.
There you go.
I just do, you know. I'm like, you know, right after like Godzilla like destroyed it, and they're
Of
like,
course.
ah.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
That man's saying Golden Gate Bridge because he got Godzilla on the brain.
He's like, they're like, well, boys, it took 2 years, but we finally got the bridge fixed. And all of a sudden, these two guys from hell start throwing down. He's like, oh shit, like, not again. I would do that.
DJ's Imagination, brought to you by Michael Bay.
Or it could take place on the, I don't want to say the ocean, but you know how like in the movie, you know, you had Carter Slade and Nicolas Cage. I don't want to say that. His version of Spawn. Ghost Rider.
What?
You know, when they were riding together, but like they were going across the ocean. That part was pretty cool. I never even seen the second one, to tell you the truth.
It was garbage though. You thought the first one was bad.
What was that? Ghost Rider like Wheels of Fury or some shit?
Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah.
They called it Spirit of Vengeance.
Wheels of Fury.
I believed it. Like it was Wheels of Fury.
If that ain't
I
some
believed
Fast
it.
and the Furious saga shit, oh my god.
Yeah, isn't that the point? Is like he gave away his powers and he spends the whole movie trying to get his powers back.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
What a dumbass.
What a dumbass. Cue the red foreman, dumbass.
Yeah. You make sure to add that Beavis and Butthead thing. But yeah, I think in the end, I think Spawn would win. Or okay, it would either be Spawn would win or a double KO. I don't see Ghost Rider winning it, but it would either. That's how far he would go. It's just like a double knockout.
I like Freddy versus Jason. No clear winner.
Oh, it was clearly Jason.
He just said no clear winner, man.
Well, that's just me. What do you guys think? And
I'm still going with Ghost Rider. You know what? I'm gonna change that. I'm going with Deadpool, man. You know what? Deadpool's gonna take Ghost Rider.
you're only into Deadpool now because the movie's coming out.
No.
Yeah.
I always loved Deadpool.
Until the movie came out. I know, dude.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Did you even know that Deadpool was a mockery of Deathstroke the Terminator? Ah, right there.
I'll throw my 2 cents in there. Like I stated previously when we first started talking about it, if you're going to go on the advantage of how Ghost Rider is as a character and the grit and the valor, if it's going just on valor itself, I think Ghost Rider is going to have the advantage going for him. But because I know from reading the comics and understand Spawn went and tore up heaven and got powers from heaven and all that, if he touches Ghost Rider with a heavenly weapon, now that he became a heavenly entity, that's Ghost Rider's ass, dude, and Spawn's gonna win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's why I'm going with Spawn.
I was like, what? You're like, thank you. I was like, what
Thank you.
He's like,
Because that's what I said earlier. I
Yes,
said the heavenly weapon. I said that whole thing about the heavenly weapon, and I was like, hey man, and he brought it back up, and I was like, there you go, lock it in.
But
And
you
that's
know
the
what?
end of the episode.
But to all,
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it.
but to all our freaks and geeks, this is just our opinion. You're feel free to.
It doesn't matter.
You officially, so the YouTube, just so you know, you officially pissed off time. I don't know what happened. You guys just made the man mad.
So,
Yeah. How many out there do not know who the hell Devilman is?
I did it.
5%. Seriously, people, 5%.
You know what? It's funny because I showed a coworker the poll and she's like, "Oh, like she knew who Devilman was." We all share a group chat, ladies and gentlemen. And Time finally got me. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I know something you don't." I was like, "I don't know who the hell that is." And then I just said, and then my simple reply, and I say this like sarcastically, I'm like, "Dude, I'm not into anime. Okay, I'm a Dragon Ball fan." And then he replies, I'm like, I can't believe he replied. He goes, Dragon Ball is anime. You didn't get how I was saying it. You know, when I explain to people I'm not an anime fan, I'm a Dragon Ball fan, they'll be like, no, I get that. I know it's anime. I don't like to watch other animes.
Right.
I can't relate to it.
I got you on that one.
You know, but I know you were just trying to like just ruffle my feathers. All right,
It was
freaks.
good. It was good.
So we got, all right, freaks and geeks, we got 1 little sad Ghost Rider, and 3 Hell Spawns. So I think, sorry, Dime. Spawn's gonna probably take this.
Take my Ghost Rider and go home.
So there you have it, our somewhat debate on Ghost Rider versus Spawn. So for Corpses for Conversation, under many monikers and subgenres, whatever, I am Toxic J, aka Evil Dead Batman, along with all my buddies for life.
Dimebag the Clown.
SoCal Leatherface.
All
right.
Good old Richard Zombie.
You know how funny, like, now, like, Dime's, like, mannerisms are so annoyed right now? He's like, fuck you guys, man. Ghost Rider's still gonna kick everyone's ass.
Before we jump out of here, make sure you like, subscribe, share, do all that cool stuff. Check out the social medias, the whole thing, people.
Yeah. If you want your vote to count in the next poll for the next age match or fight match or whatever we're calling this.
We can call it the K-pop match, I don't know. Something. Yeah. And before we go, Freaks and Geeks, Dime made a new account, a page, or whatever you want to call it. What is it?
I forgot.
Plug yourself.
It's a Dimes Wrestling Roundup. So Dime with a Y, D-Y-M-E. It's called Dimes Wrestling Roundup. Go give it a follow. We're definitely going to put out more content as far as wrestling goes. I'm trying to, I post a lot of WWE stuff. I'm sorry, but I do love all wrestling though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a mark for one brand. People say I am a mark for one brand, but I'm just a fan of wrestling. I'm 51 years old. I've been watching wrestling since when I was 10 years old.
1809.
So. Yeah, pretty much. The Coliseum days.
Hopefully, like, we can join Dime, on discussions for AEW, TNA. I won't do WWE, but I know you guys can, and NXT.
Yeah, we got.
And just let.
I'll watch TNA because like Matt Hardy's back, and now he talks like this. It's Matt Hardy.
I'm still broken.
No, but like, put in the comments what you want us to follow. What do you want us to cover? You want us to cover old pay-per-view matches? You want us to cover what's going on currently in the state of wrestling? Let us know. Comment. Tell us.
Piss off TJ. Request a lot of anime. A lot of it.
What are you waiting for? Do it!
You know what? For all 3 of you guys, why don't you just make like a tree and get out of here?
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
And as always, be kind and rewind. Had to add a little thing.